Dr. Bombay, emergency, come right away. What show is that? Bewitched, that's right. That show messed me up, too. Not the witchcraft, not the trickery. One year, they just changed Darren's. For months, I was walking up to my father going, Daddy, just checking. Actors change roles. They never explain this to children. Bill Bixby went from the courtship of Eddie's father to the Incredible Hulk. I never followed this. Every time I watched the Hulk, I expected a little Oriental woman to come out and go, Mr. Eddie's father? Why you big, lean, ugly massa now? For 500 points, what was her name? Mrs. Livingston, who said that? You get the points. Remember that? That was child rearing in the early 70s. They'd have a whole episode. Mr. Eddie's father? Can Eddie have cookie before dinner? Imagine that show today. Mr. Eddie's father? Eddie smoke a lot of crack before dinner. I watch too much TV, I admit it. My favorite show now? Rescue 911. Love that show. I had to make a deal with my sister that I wasn't allowed to watch it unless she called me first. Because you know what would happen? I live in LA, she lives in New York. 8:45, usually the best story's on. She's asleep. She's got 2 little kids. I call her house. There's a baby on the roof and I don't think they're gonna be able to get her down. She's dead asleep. Where's the baby? Where are you? Where are you and the baby? Hold on, hold on! It was the goddamn show, you know? So now, 6 o'clock, my time in LA, every Tuesday, the phone rings, it's her. Hi, okay, a man falls in the river, an alligator comes by, bites his leg below the knee, they reattach it at the hospital. A small child is in the kitchen. The babysitter spills hot soup on her left arm. They do a skin graft, she's perfectly fine, no scarring occurs. A man has a heart attack while driving his pickup truck. His German Shepherd jumps into the cabin and drives the man to the emergency room. It's a good show. Just finished doing a Broadway show for an entire year. I did Grease. Let me tell you, it was a childhood dream of mine. And childhood dreams ought to be dreamed and not lived. Not that I didn't have fun, but I had no idea what it would take to do the same thing every night of my life for a year. To do the same thing every night of my life for a year. To do the same thing every night. It was like living in the movie Groundhog Day. Without Andy McDowell to make it appealing. It was unbelievable. The crowds in New York were so rude. 3rd week I'm there, singing my solo, cellular phone in the front row. There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. I figured he'd be embarrassed, turn it off, you know, and look humiliated. Wrong. How you doing, Vinny? Yeah, you're gonna have to talk up. I'm at Grease. No, not the country, you fucking mook. The show. Yeah, that Rosie McDonald bitch can't sing for shit. Let me tell you that right now. Broadway! There was a fist fight in the 4th row one evening. Literally a fist fight. Elderly couple in the 4th row. 4 Goombas from Queens in the 5th row. They were drunk and loud and obnoxious the whole first act. I could hear them. I saw the old people sort of shifting uncomfortably. Beginning of the 2nd act, they turned nicely and asked them, could you please be quiet? To which the Goombas started to punch them in the head. They started to literally hit them and curse at them, and I'm having an anxiety attack now because you can't stop it. It's not like a stand-up comedy show where you can stop and talk. People are moving, the orchestra. I was like, oh my God, I danced off stage. Be right back. See you in a minute, Kanicki. And I told the stage manager, you gotta kick those people out. They just started a fight in the goddamn 4th row. We can't kick them out, Rosie. We don't know where they're sitting. They're sitting behind the bloody people. They wouldn't kick them out. I was so mad. I did the rest of the play, but I didn't even look at the other actors. I stared at these people. I was like, yeah, Kanicki, sure. I'll meet you at Zuko's house. The end of the show, you know, we took our bows. I, like, cursed him out. I'm like, you are sick, man. You're sick to hit an old person in the head like that. You know that? You're out of your fucking mind. I should hit you in the head with a 2x4. And the audience started to clap because at this point, they had seen the cast of Cocoon pummeled before their very eyes. But the next day, in the New York Post, Rosie O'Donnell has a nervous breakdown on the set of Grease. Close family member says she's taking pot. You know who replaced me when I left Grease? Brooke Shields, that's right. Because when you think of comedy, you think of Brooke Shields. She's actually very good in it. I saw her in it. It's not a hard role. It's not like Shakespeare. It's Grease. If I could do it, she could do it. She did great. I feel bad for her. Her name's been Brooke Shields her whole life. That's a tough name to go through. Don't you think Brooke Shields sounds like a feminine protection product? Ladies having a heavy flow day? Try new Brooke Shields. With wings. I want to have kids. I do. I'm 33 years old. I think I'm going to adopt. Single woman in the 90s. One of my friends, you know what one of my friends just did? They did artificial insemination. That's a scary concept. You know why? I don't want to have coffee with a stranger, never mind have their child. Because apparently men go in and donate and get money, and then they fill out a form, you know? So you look through the book, and you pick the father by the form, you know? And they're all 6'4", blonde hair, blue eyes, athletic. I picture a troll with one eye going, "Where's my $50? I want my money!" Loves literature, enjoys the ballet. It scared me. I had nightmares that I was in the delivery room and the doctor goes, "Rosie, it's a gremlin." Fame is a weird thing. Get away with a lot. How about this O.J. Simpson? How guilty is that guy? He's not? Yeah, he is. It's pathetic. It seems unfair to me if you're rich, you get to have a $10 million defense team. You know, and we have to have Marcia Clark with her $40,000 a year. It's not fair. It's like Perry Mason against Scooby-Doo. She's up there, row. I mean, she's trying her best, but she's in over her head, you know? She badgers her own witnesses. Have you noticed that? So, Detective, you were the first police officer at the scene of the crime. Is that right? Thank you. So what you're saying, basically, is that as far as police personnel are concerned, you, in fact, were the first one to arrive there. Am I right? Okay, great. So just to clear it up, as far as cops are concerned and people who were there was just some dead people and you? Objection. I feel bad for her, you know? I cannot wait until the defense gets their shot. I can't wait to hear them explain away his blood at the crime scene on the wall, their blood on his socks. What are they going to say? Okay, well, one time, O.J. had a really bad root canal, and it was a little bit bloody, and he went to pick up his kids, and right before he walked in the house, he spit, and so that's the socks. Okay, well, one time, Nicole was at O.J.'s, and she got her period, and they didn't have anything there, so O.J. said, "Wait a minute, take my sock." So she took the sock, and she put it there. And then she went home. And next, Ron Goldman came over to her house, and he had a really bad bloody nose. And Nicole said, "Oh, my God, I don't have any paper towels, but here, take the sock." And he took the sock, and he used it, and then he threw them in the garbage. And then O.J. came over and he said, "Oh my God, those are my socks!" And he put them on, and that's how come he's totally innocent. We rest our case because he's the hurt guy. Guilty.